My name is Margaret. I am here today with the wonderful Christian Olson and Russell Watson, who are both fantastic FileMaker developers. We are basically here to discuss the wonderful, wonderful FileMaker platform like we always are, and to encourage a fantastic FileMaker community, which we have in you guys. Thank you so much for showing up. We do stream on 3 platforms. We stream on YouTube, we stream on Discord, and we stream on Twitch. We watch questions for all of them. We got a question like a couple weeks ago, like, do you guys actually answer questions? The answer is yes. And we watch all 3 streams. So please ask the questions. We'd love to throw them out to whoever's presenting and get them answered for you. It's the entire point of this stream. Now, if you're thinking, well, I like the live stream and I like learning with you, actually, no. We're going to cover first what's happening next. I'm all discombobulated today. We're going to also minimize me. Goodbye.
You're doing great, Mark. You're in a different office, different things going on, and you're going with the flow perfectly.
Appreciate it, Christian. It's always like, all my technology is being weird. No, never let anyone tell you that Macs don't have their own personality. Thursday, which is today, hello, we have the wonderful Mr. Watson back to talk about fmWorkMate and layout analysis, so that'll be very exciting. I'm very excited to see that. Friday is going to be an open server Q&A with our wonderful Jacob Taylor, also from the Los Osos office. Ask questions, please, about server. So if you're ever like, what am I going to do if I install my server? That'll be Jacob Taylor. Monday and Tuesday is also Jacob Taylor and Richard, and they're basically discussing Azure. So, basically a type of OAuth. It'll be interesting. Those will be those 2 days covered right there. Wednesday is actually going to be Jonathan Wright, who we haven't had on in a while. He's got a cool little edit, save, and cancel demo in Lean Design that he showed off to our engineering at one point, and now he wants to show off to you guys, so that'll be fun. And then Thursday begins ransomware and FileMaker. So we got a lot of security over like the next 5 days. That'll be Heidi Porter and Chris Moyer, so that'll be really interesting. How to avoid, getting your FileMaker database ransomed. That'll be important information, especially in this day and age. All right. Real quick, if you're like, well, these are all kind of interesting, but I'd rather hear about, WebDirect or Go or any of these other subjects on a more specific time scale, we have our wonderful Learning FileMaker annual subscription bundle. It is 100+ hours of video content. It's pretty much a bundle of all of our courses, of which there are many. There's a lot. Basically, it's all 10 to 15 minute dynamic animated video content. It's from Richard Carlton, who you know is not boring. You've seen him. You've heard him talk. He's not boring. You won't pass out, we promise. One version comes with FileMaker. One version comes without FileMaker. So it depends on whether or not you need FileMaker itself. Feel free to support the channel or learn more or train yourself from a beginner to intermediate developer. We'd love it. So now that is over, hello you two. How are you both doing today?
Exhausted, but ready to roll. It's a heartbeat. There's so much to be doing. As ever, I'm half prepared, so we will see what I can pull out of my sleeves today. Looking forward to it.
Well, I'm looking forward to it as well. I think our audience is geared up. What do you got for us today, Mr. Watson?
Well, I'm focusing today on layout analysis. We're basically continuing the series. We're now on day 4, I believe, of fmWorkMate in FileMaker. I have a presentation to show you, but I've realized that that's not actually coming through, and the whole time you've just been seeing my pretty little face here, so we're going to forget that. So what have we done? In day 1, we looked at my strange popover card window technique. We looked at FM syntax colorizer. We looked at FM script workspace module. And the Wolfpack developer to-do list, which we then integrated with the FileMaker script workspace. That was day 1. Day 2 was we looked at fmWorkMate, fmCheckMate, the fmCheckMate-XSLT library, and a little bit at transferring code from one computer to another or between one table and another. And how to catch bugs with FM log analyzer. Day 3 We looked at transforming code. So we looked some more at the fmWorkMate-CheckMate-XSLT combination. We created some default fields by just copying the fields out of the field table, running them through an XSLT and converting them into a default fields file. And today we're going to be digging deeper into the fmCheckMate-XSLT functionality and see how can we use this in the area where FileMaker is weakest. That was a little Twitter that I sent out this afternoon. I don't know if anybody saw it. I asked the question, what area in FileMaker is like the weakest? What's the area where you're going to make the most mistakes and you have the biggest problems? One of the answers that came back there was interesting. I hadn't thought of it, and that's in the security. When you're doing security and creating privileges, you kind of like have to do everything by hand. There's no copy and paste. You have to go into each area in the security and do that by hand. I found that interesting. Another area is transferring code, and that's one of the areas that we're looking at. How do you transfer code from one computer to another? And when you transfer that code, again, where do you make errors? Where do you have problems? And there's two areas, there's two specific areas that I note that there's problems. And one is copying custom functions, because when you copy a bunch of custom functions and paste them in, you don't get any information back from FileMaker to say whether it worked or not. We looked at that, I think, last week to see that there is no information in the import log file there. Well, there's a little bit. There's an information to say you've imported the custom functions, but if they break, there's no information to say they broke. Did we look at a custom function, a transformation to check that? I don't think we did.
I don't think so. The last thing you showed us with the custom functions has how the error wasn't coming and something else associated with that. So
then I think we will start by looking at that and seeing what happens when you paste custom functions in and they break, and how can we use fmCheckMate to discover if custom functions have broken. Because that's one area where my tools can help you. And the other area where FileMaker leaves us out in the cold is in layouting. When you paste things into a layout and the fields or the tables or the scripts or the other layouts, if something's not there, it breaks. The value lists, all of these things can break and go wrong. And there is no information in the import log file which FileMaker writes, or in this case, doesn't write. It doesn't write anything. So you're totally in the cold when you're working in layouts. So we will be looking at that. So I would suggest I fire up my my screen sharing. There we go. You can see my screen. I've got a well-known little database on it, FM Starting Point. I think that's a pretty good database that we can ransack and see what we can find in there. And we're going to need my tools. So FM Starting Point here is open in this FileMaker Pro 19, and I'm going to start up my fmWorkMate tool. fmWorkMate, if you haven't heard yet, you can get from fmWorkMate.com or from GitHub. And is it starting up? Hello, hello. Where is it starting up? Ah, it's on a complete other monitor. Oh dear, I'm going to have FileMaker database positioning problems because the monitor, this monitor we're on here, isn't my main monitor. So I'm afraid Windows might be jumping across to the other side of the room. Okay, here we have fmWorkMate. And we need one further file. we need to start to paste it into here. Now, what we're going to do, I'm going to make a new file, and we're just going to break things so that you can see what works and what doesn't. Test pasting. Test pasting. So, okay, we've got a complete empty file, test pasting. Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, we're going to have. So there's our test pasting, and I'm going to go into this file here, and I'm going to, I don't know, they might break. Let's try it. I'm sure some of these custom functions, do some of these custom functions use other custom functions? Any idea?
Let me check. I think some do. You know, some of the ones that do with daylight saving times or location do if they're in that copy.
Oh, look here. Okay, look here. I've just seen there's some very well-named custom functions here that I've never seen before, but it's called fieldRef, get field. Does it have? Oh, no, it doesn't. I thought it might reference a field directly in there, which you can do. Good, we try. If I just copy these custom functions out, all of them, and go over to my empty file, okay, I'm really trying to break stuff here. So when I paste this in here, whoa, okay, I pasted that in. Before I say okay, I'm going to go into fmWorkMate, and I'm going to start the log analyzer. I'm sorry, folks. I'll bring it over to the window here. And then I'm going to choose the log file because I'm working on a local file. And I do have to say, do I have any idea where this file is? I need to find this file. Where is this file? One moment. Okay, we do it in the old-fashioned way. We'll go into the watch. We'll get rid of some of this stuff. There it is. Get file path. It's on the desktop. It's in day N. Okay, I haven't moved it to day 4. It's still in my future list. So hold on. Where are we? Yep. In day, not day 4. Sorry, day N. Close that and dig.
And Mr. Watson, if you do need a custom function there that references another custom function, DST references another custom function.
Okay. You know that, but I don't know that. It's just occurred to me I'm being really stupid because the log file is going to be next to not the source file where I was copying it out of, but the destination file. So look, I put that on the desktop. Silly me. It's right there on the desktop next to the test pasting. So once again, I'm going to choose the log file. I'm going to say I want to choose it. There it is. It's right in front of me. Could have done that a bit quicker. Okay. So as you see in this import log file, it's telling us we've imported custom functions. It said we've imported 55, but it hasn't said that there's anything broken. And so how do we discover if something's broken? And the way to do that is to go into fmCheckMate, which again, I'm afraid my screen positioning's really going a bit down the pan today. So in fact, okay, here we are in fmCheckMate. What I'm going to do is we're going to start from the beginning. We're going to just do that all again so that we get it in a nice slick motion. Okay, let's throw those away. Okay, we'll go back to our source. So imagine you're putting a whole new functionality into a new file or moving it over to somewhere else. You're setting up a new file and you've got to paste this new functionality into the file, and FileMaker's not helping at this point because you're pasting that in and it's not telling you did it break or not. You could go through all the and look, you're like, oh, let's go in here. We could go in here and see, no, that looks all right. That looks all right. And we're looking for something that basically is commented out like this. Comment at the end and a comment at the start. But no idea if it's broken. So what we're going to do, we're going to copy it again. We're going to copy it go back to fmWorkMate, convert it into XML, press the transform button. The transform button is, again, over here. It's just checking what XSLTs I've got in my documents file, documents folder. If we go in my documents folder, we can see I have the fmCheckMate-XSLT library. And so it's in the background, it's just going through this XSL folder here, and it's finding all of the folders and all of the XSLT, all of these XSLs, it's finding and reading in so that in a second I can choose them. Okay. If you didn't notice there, it's also possible to make your own fmCheckMate folders and just name them with an extension. But we can do that another day. We'll do that another day. So here we are. We're in the XSLT chooser, and there's a function here, the fourth one here, list functions that seem to be commented out. If I click that, then nothing broke. It's found no functions which broke. But we're going to show you, that's great. That's like, you know, people, that is an absolute proof that nothing here has broken. Really, nothing here has broken. That has said there are no custom functions which broke. I'm going to make a function, I'm going to break it. Call A is this one. And then this one is going to be function A. And that's going to give out number 1. And call A is going to say A plus A. So that's going to give the number 2 back. Let's just check and see it works. We go in the data viewer, and if we say call A, we get number 2 back, because custom function call A is calling the A function twice. Okay, so now we're going to I'm going to copy the call A function, Command C. Okay, I've copied the call A function, and now I'm going to delete these guys. Okay, so I've got call A function in my clipboard, and now I'm going to paste it back in. Did I paste it? Yep, there. Okay, I've pasted it back in. It might have been 100, you know, we don't know. But what I've done, I've pasted my custom functions in, and now I just copy them again. Go back to fmCheckMate. I can go back to the start. Sorry, I'm not going to do that. Go back to the start because it keeps zooming off to another screen. I'm going to convert. Okay, there's the custom function. I'm going to choose my list functions that seem to be commented out. And you see here, it's listed call A, because custom function call A is now broken, and we can see that. If we go in there, you see, look, it's commented it out because function A doesn't exist, so it broke when we pasted it in. So that's how you find custom functions which break. And then what you can do, if you paste the functions in and then copy them and do the test, if there's broken functions, just say cancel. You just cancel, and you can discard your pasting, because maybe you've pasted 40 custom functions. Then you can, you know, the mistake was that function A wasn't there. And then once you've corrected the problem, you can then get your custom functions, paste them in again, copy them, test with fmCheckMate, and if you get no functions which are commented out, then you know nothing's broken. Okay, so that is the first area I wanted to show you, where fmCheckMate helps with custom functions. We're now moving on to layouting. What can go wrong? It's like with custom functions, the only thing that can go wrong is the calculation contents don't exist. A field is missing, a custom function is missing, and it gets commented out. What can go wrong when you're building a layout? Christian? what goes wrong when you build layouts?
Like when I'm copying and pasting the XML.
I just when you're normally copying and pasting, when you're moving code around, when you're
breaking field references, buttons not knowing what script they're calling, losing a value list, hide calculations or conditional formattings being broken, just to name a couple things.
Yeah. Okay. And so let's say if we go to this layout here, is that staff layout? Okay, here we go, staff layout. If there were broken things on this layout, how long would it take you to find them?
Well, the fields are the easiest because you'll see the doesn't find it, but when you're individually trying to find the buttons or the value list that's broken, my current method is to start in the upper left-hand corner and move down the layout, double-clicking on things, and it's a very onerous process.
Yeah. Okay, so we're up here and we're looking. No, it looks all right. Oh my God, that's hard work. It's like I've only looked at this layout once for a few seconds, and I'm going to do the same now to find out if there's anything on this layout which is broken. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to do Command A to choose everything. And this works on Windows as well. So if you're on Windows, you can do Control A to choose everything, and then copy it. Okay, so I've copied all of these objects to my clipboard. Yeah, I'm now going to go back to fmCheckMate, and I'm not going to press that button because it keeps flying over here. It's because I'm sharing monitor 2 instead of monitor 1, which is why it keeps jumping back. Normally it stays where it is. I'm going to convert that to XML. Takes a little moment because there's so much of it. Okay, it's converted to XML. Hold on, let me just check if I do a Command 0. Yeah, good, that stays on the screen. And as you see here, there's like reams and reams. Okay, there's so much XML. I'm getting a little beach ball. Yeah, it's like there's tons of this stuff, but we're not interested in that really. So we're gonna put that down again. Oh, God, it's gone over here again. Come back, and we're going to do a transform. And the transform. A little bit about this list. There's like loads of stuff in it, and sometimes what you want is not at the top. You can thin it down by pressing some of the buttons on the left here. You can say, "Oh, I am analyzing things." If you click on Analyze, you only get all of the Analyze functions. And this one here, this kind of like this colored one here, that's what I want. I'm analyzing layout objects, and I want an analysis results. So if I click on that, that will also cut down. Okay, so these are all the different kinds of layout analysis that I've got. You can see here, some of them belong to the fmCheckMate library, and some of them belong to other libraries. I've got a special one for work. I've got an example one which you can put in. You can make your own analysis. And so I'm going to say no. I only want the fmCheckMate one. So okay, so we've got 4 analyses that we're going to do, and I'm just going to do the first one, analyze layout. Are you ready? How long do you think? It's got hundreds of objects on it. It'd take you a good hour or so to go through everything and check it. Start counting. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and it's already finished after 3 seconds, but it's gone over to this screen over here. Look, oh, people.
Okay, this is too cool. So I gotta walk through this because I want to use this after today. So after you did your copy and paste in the layout.
Yeah.
You Command A, Command C to copy all of it. Then you went to fmCheckMate to get the XML out of the layout, but then you jumped over to your XSLT file. Does it just know what's in fmCheckMate because they talk to each other, and you have to have that log file next to the file you're working on, right?
All it is, I'm very sorry about the jumping windows. It makes it a little confusing. All I did, okay, we pasted the XML in here. We say transform. The choose window comes up, and we say analyze layout. And all that is doing is it's using an XSL transformation to look through.
Oh, is it just pulling it out of the clipboard?
It's pulling out of this field. Like, we've converted the clipboard to the contents of this field. So now we have our complete layout contents in this text field here as XML. And when I do the transform, I'm just taking this XML and applying my analyze layout XSLT to the contents of the XML. And this XML is designed to produce a FileMaker XML results XML. That's the XML you get if you export records as XML. So the transformation is basically producing records in XML form that fmCheckMate is then importing into an extra results table. So basically, the errors in your layouts are just being converted into records.
That is too cool, Russell. As Kyle Williams is pointing out, I mean, you're taking the XML, but you're putting it into a user interface. And for those of you who have never done this process, I can't express how much time what Russell's showing us here saves us. Because I've literally, in a layout, started from upper left to the bottom right, and it's easy to miss something like a hide calculation. To have them just highlighted like this is cool. Yeah.
And it's not only cool, you'll be hopefully impressed at all the different kinds of errors I've found. It's like, first of all, explanation of what we're seeing here. The blue records are just the headings. That's the test that's being performed. So at the very top, we've got the analysis which has been run, and then we've got the first analysis is the word fix me anywhere on this layout. So because it's got nothing underneath it, no, we didn't find any fix me's. Are there broken fields? Yes. Oh, look, we found loads of broken fields. And if you look, there's the bounds of the field are shown, and they're all quite high, 1,000 and something, 1,200 and something, 1,600, 1,900. So 1,900 is probably off to the right somewhere. And because we have hierarchical layouts these days, knowing where a field is doesn't always help. And so here we've got a little description of where it is in the hierarchy. And if you press on this little green thing here, you get it a bit better. Look, this broken field is on a tab panel at that position. And within that tab, it's on panel 2, the one with the name photos, blah, blah, blah. Within that panel, it's on this portal with this relationship, which is to be found at that point. And within that portal, this field is broken. So, so we can go and find that. There's one other little help. Up here, we've got a view button.
Real quick question, Mr. Watson. Sorry. Kyle wants to know if those coordinates are in top, right, bottom, left format.
It's in it's in left, top, right, bottom. So X, Y of the top left corner, but measured from the top. So it's in your normal. Hold on, I'll move that over here a bit, and we'll move this over here a bit, and then we'll go and see if we can find it, and then you'll understand. So 1113219. So this here is 495. So no, we need to go off this way a bit. Here we go. Oh, hold on, what's that? So off layout at 1055. Okay, that's good. 1069. 11. Oh, good. There's a whole thing out here, which is we got some file missing here. 1217 1113. hold on, there was a clue here, wasn't there? It said here, something is called photos. Okay, so I can copy that word photos. I might be able to do this a bit easier. I can copy that word photos, and hold on, if we bring this back again, I can use this thing here. I always forget about this thing. If I put here photos, look at that. Is that it? Whoa! There, look at that. Save photos. No, that's not it. No, hold on. Okay, that's, I think, not finding it, because that's not helping in this case, because the name here is, I think, the calculation name of the panel. Is that maybe in here? Yeah, look, there it is. It's that one. It's that one. It's that one. That's one. Photos, blah, blah. So it's in the second panel. We're in the second panel here. If we click that, 1069. Oh, yeah, look, okay, look, there's the 1069.122. Yeah, okay, we're getting there. And so within that, it's panel 2. Okay, that's panel 2. In there, there is a portal. There is the portal. And at, yeah, here we go. 1113219. That is our baby. There we have a field which is broken. Yeah. So wherever in your layout you have broken stuff, copy, convert, transform, analyze, finished. You know, you've got your bug list. It's unbelievable. It's fantastic. There's one other little thing here which might help you locate it, and that's here. Look, if you press the view button, then it switches to a view. The big green area is the complete size of what you copied. Yeah, and the little red box is the object, position of the object in that complete area. So if we maximize this here, if you make that big for a minute, and hey, look, so that's basically what we're seeing. This here was the complete area that I copied, and you know, somewhere approximately here is where that little diagram helps us to find it. So on the second view, you've got a positioning help showing you exactly where it is. And maybe, one second, no, there was a function which used to work, which doesn't work anymore, and that is when you copy your layout, in some older versions of FileMaker, it not only copied the objects, but it also copies a picture of the layout. And it used to put a picture here, and when you clicked here, it used to swap between the picture of the layout and the position, and like that you could see very clearly where it was, but that's somehow stopped working. Need to look at that one day. Good. So that's broken fields. It also looks for fields repetitions out of range, broken value lists, broken calculations, and other stuff. And basically, when you've found a problem, say here, we found this problem, we fix this problem, and then this list is very similar to the fmlog analyzer in that it's a to-do list. You just press here, so you get a little green thing. When you click here, it turns it green, omits it from the list, and then you've got one less. So now we've only got 374 open issues to work through. And you go down them, you find the next broken field, you fix it, and you tick it off, and you tick it off, and you tick it off. So I would suggest we swap to a little test file that I've got, in which all of these problems are displayed to show how they work, and we can work through the problem list piece by piece. In this case, I looked at it last week. The layouts in the FM starting point, I have to say, are really good. I'm really impressed. I've gone through a few of the layouts with my layout analyzer, and I've found very little which is broken or wrong, very, very little. And most of the things I've found are these like off-screen old things which have been left there and forgotten, so maybe they can be removed to make it 100%. It's like if I, here, look here. Let's just copy the on-screen bits. Hold on. Shall I make that all a bit bigger again? Oops, hold on. Yeah. So here we go. There's the on-screen bit again. If I just copy these things. Is that everything? No, I'm not over enough yet. Yeah, that's everything. If I just copy the on-screen bits, then I can go back to fmWorkMate. Now there's a little, there's a quickie shortcut here, and that is the button up here, number 8, is reanalyze clipboard. So I can just click this again, and I don't need to go back to the little window. I can just click here, and it reanalyzes the current clipboard, and we come in here. And because of the window, the monitor thing, it's gone somewhere else. I'll bring it back. So look here. The color here is now orange, which means there are no more errors. There are only warnings. This is all a bit big here. 1 second, because of the, the Windows slightly. Yeah, okay, there. So we've got 216 issues, most of which, look here. We have copied object names. Now, the analysis that I do is to say any object name with a 2 at the end might be accidentally copied. If it's got the word copy at the end, like this one here, this one is clearly, we've copied an object, duplicated an object, which already has a name. And because you're not allowed to have duplicated names in the layout, FileMaker adds the word copy to the end. And so my analysis says any object names with the word copy at the end are probably not wanted, not desirable. And so here we can find panel 1. It's here in this place. You locate that panel and you can delete the object name, and you've tidied up. Yeah, so there's various, in this case, I think the FM starting point uses names with a 2 at the end and a 3 at the end for the second and third instance. So in this case, these are false positives. These aren't actually errors, and that is why they're classed as warnings, because maybe it's a problem for you, maybe it's not, depending on how you code. Also here, button action missing. Maybe you've forgotten to put an action on a button, but maybe you're just using an icon to look pretty. So again, might be a problem, might not. The rest we're going to leave for the moment. We're going to come down. I'll go back to my test file and would say while we're transferring to the other file, does anybody have any questions?
Yes, we have. Yes, we have one. I think someone else is also asking one. Real quick from Lynn Stenbo, does the layout analysis work on Windows? Does it require NBS?
I believe it does need MBS. Yeah. No, stop. I need to think for a second. Yes and no.
Do you need it to pull the XML out of the layout?
It's like it's like together we can get there, okay? The situation with fmWorkMate at the minute is that there is an old runtime version from 2014 or 15 or so, which does run on Windows and does work. You can do the fmCheckMate stuff. You've got XSLT stuff, but I don't think it's got the layout analysis yet. And the runtime version on Windows, because it's a runtime version, it's got my own runtime MBS license in it, and so it doesn't need any MBS plugin or license. It's all in the runtime. So that means on the Windows version, you can get the old fmWorkMate, which is available in GitHub as the fmWorkMate Windows archive. And you can download that and you can use it and you can convert your code to XML. If you want to analyze it at the minute, you need to convert it to XML on the Windows machine. You then need to have a Mac machine which you're connected to remotely, and then in the fmCheckMate on the remote Mac, you then convert the XML there, and that converts the XML back to it transfers the XML over the remote connection to the remote machine, and then you can do the analysis on the Mac. And as far as I remember, I think you do need an MBS plugin. We need to clear up the question of the MBS plugin and which aspects of my tool these days require a license and which don't, because many of the things that my tools wrap around are free functionality from MBS, for example, FM syntax colorizer. But there may be other places where I use MBS functionality which needs to be paid for. We need to clear that up.
And then another question after that. Yep. This is kind of a long one.
Yeah.
I had occasion to need to split a data table with dozens of fields. I duplicated the table, but of course the field references on layouts all still pointed to the original table. What is the Watson method to change references from one table to another table for selected fields on a given table? Field names didn't change, just the table name changed.
Say that again. That's like you've got I don't know, you got some functionality which is based on the invoices table, and you want the same functionality on the orders or the address table. I don't know. I think I showed that in day 1 or day 2. It's really quite easy, so long as your table names are kind of like quite special and unique kind of thing. You can just so let's have a look. What have we got here? We've got a field which is in offers 1, a text field. Do we have any other tables in here? Look. Oh, look, we've got offers and we've got offers 3. Okay. We've got offers here and offers 3. There's offers. Look, okay, here. We've got 2 tables. We can test it. We've got an offers table with a text field, and we've got an offers 3 table with a text field. So say we've got some functionality. We'll put a little thing here. We'll put a do we have a little? We've got a little pop-up voice thing here. We'll put a little voice thing here, and we make a custom. Please input data. Yeah, that's our message, and we're going to have an input field, and it's going to be a text field. Okay, so this is our functionality which we've got in the context of offers 1. Yeah, and we want exactly the same functionality in the offers 3 or in some other table. Yeah, let's just test it. So we're going to input our data 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, good. So that works. Let's just take the whole 3 things here. I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go into fmWorkMate or fmCheckMate. Hold on, where's my window gone? Normally it just sits here in the bottom right-hand corner of the window, but because I'm on monitor 2, it's popping back to monitor 1. I convert those objects to XML. You see the cursor is already in the find field. So now I just have to put the name of the, very important, it is case sensitive. So I put underscore offers. Was it underscore offers? Was that what it was? No, it was offers 1. So not underscore offers, but offers 1. With Command G, or by pressing the Command G, or by pressing the find button. Yeah, look there. It's finding offers 1, and we want to change offers 1 to, was it offers space 3? Let's check, because it's really important that the. In fact, one of the things I do I very, very rarely type things out because, I don't know, there's about a 5% chance that I type something wrong. Either my caps lock key has got stuck on and it goes in big, or I misspell it or have some typo. So I'm a very, very much copy and paste man, particularly when it's about variable names. So we want to find Office 1 and replace it with Office 3, replace all of those instances and convert back to FileMaker. So we now have this same functionality on the clipboard, but not for this layout, but for the Office 3 layout. So I'm going to go off to this Office 3 layout. Look, that's Office 3. That's stupid field. Let's put that away. Move these things out of the way a bit. And I'm just going to now do Command V to paste. And there it is. A text field in the Office 3 table. And I better make a record first. We've got one record. I can put ABC in here, or I can press this functionality ABC, and if I put in DEF and press return, it's changed DEF in a completely different context. Isn't that great? So that's the way to do it. Yeah, that's the way to do it. But that's not the topic this week. So that was a little aside for one of our lovely customers, viewers. That's the way that you can rename things using fmCheckMate. But today we're not relocating code, we're checking our layout. So I'm going to ask you this question: how many problems can you discover on this layout? Yeah, it's like looking at it. Yeah, we can see there's a field missing here and a table missing here, but without looking, spending more time and being a bit more careful, otherwise it looks all right, doesn't it? How many errors are we going to find?
Knowing you, Mr. Watson, a absolute ton. Wait, can I say that? A lot.
So, okay, here we go. We've got this layout. I'm just going to copy it. Whoa, you can see here with some, yeah, what's going on? So I'm going to copy that. I'm going to go back to my fmCheckMate, which has wandered off to the other monitor. I'm going to convert it. I am going to transform it, and I'm going to get my transformation chooser, which is on the wrong monitor, and we're going to analyze the layout. And then I'm going to go and get the results. And lo and behold, people, we have 78 issues.
I was off by 75.
Yeah, approximately. So let's have a quick rundown of what this has found. First of all, there's the word fix me up here, a big red fix me. If you need to remember that you need to do something, then, just write fix me somewhere on your layout. And when you analyze it, you get a big red fix me error here. So we can remove the fix me and tick that off as, okay, we fixed the fix me. Then we got a broken field at 134.108, field missing. That's going to be probably this guy here. Command 134.108. That's our field missing. So we found him and we fix him. So we can tick him off. There's another one at 134.133. Yeah, that's this one here. That's also a missing field. In fact, it's a table missing, but I think I'm not able to tell the difference. So that's a broken field. Field repetition out of range. Okay, very unusual kind of mistake. Don't know why it's in position 2, but over here somewhere at 1104. Over here, look, here we've got field 7. Here, look here. It says it, no, field 7, was that there? Hold on, what was positioning? Yeah, repeating field 7, 1104.133, or 1, no. Yeah, this one here. Shows, look here. This was originally a repeating field with more repetitions. And so this is set to 7, but in the meantime, the field in the background, okay, look, it's just corrected itself when I clicked. When I click in this field, it recognizes there's only 5 to find for this field, and so it resets. Okay, not a super common error. Let's move on. So we've fixed our repeating field problems. Broken value list at 560.108. 560.108. You know what? I'm going to move to the next layout. I think if I click here, okay, no, I might move. How many problems did you discover? We found like 3, and how many problems did fmCheckMate discover? 78. Okay, let's see. Okay, well, I'm going to click OK. Well, fmCheckMate found 78. You found just 3 problems. That's only 3% of the problems. You missed 97% of the problems. Sorry, that's a little bit in your face, but I thought I'd do that. If we go to the next layout, I've put some little helping tips on here. So here we've got a value list which is okay. There we can get it, but here the value list isn't working, and here it's missing. In one case, here you see it's blank here, no value list being chosen, and here there's also one not there, and they're 2 very slightly different ones. In one case, the value list, the name is in the field, but there's no such value list, and that means the value list has been deleted. And in the other case, there's no name because it was missing when you pasted it in, something like that. So we can correct those and throw all those away. Oh, down, missed it. Broken calculation commented out. Oh, these are good ones. A tooltip calculation is commented out. Field offers 1. The text field, where was that? Here, field with tooltip. Okay, here we got a tooltip. Okay, then we got a tooltip. That's a working one. Here, the tooltip has been commented out because when this tooltip was, or when this field was pasted in, this custom function didn't exist. So the tooltip gets commented out. Here we've got a similar problem in the hide calculation. There's a custom function not in this file. When this got pasted in, there was a custom function managing whether it should hide or not. It got commented out. We just go through the problems here. I think we don't need to hop backwards and forwards. Here's another problem. The name. This field has got a field name which has got quotes in it. You get this problem when you start in your script. And in your script, you say, go to object name. And you say, go to object normal field A. And then you copy that into the field name. And you don't notice that when you copy it, that you've copied the quotation marks. And so you've put it in there and you've got quotation marks in your field name. That's also found. That's a working field name. That's been duplicated, and so it's a duplicated field name. That's also a duplicated field name, a copied field names. They're all the copied things. Yeah, they will also all be found. So all those broken calculations. Another type of broken calculation when the function is missing. They're also found. Broken calculations, field missing or table missing, broken calculations, which are quoted. Now, this is interesting. 134223. 134223. Okay, and this little guy, here we've got a hide calc. Okay, and we're expecting, normally we've got a hide me custom function, yeah? So if I get rid of this here, look here. So we've got this field and we want it to hide. And in most of our files, we've got a hide me custom function. So I'm going to just type hide me, which is my custom function name. And then when I tab out of this, look, even when I tab out of it, it still looks like it's a custom function. But if I click away, oh, did you notice? As I clicked away, FileMaker looked. Do I recognize this thing as a calculation? No, I don't. It must be a string. And so it converts it to a string. And so if you have a hide calc, which is a string at the end and a string at the beginning, it says "wool warning." That's probably a accidentally stringified custom function name. So that gets found as well. This field here, this is a standard that we use. You may not use it. When we have fields that we don't use anymore and are deprecated, and we don't want to delete them for all those reasons that you don't delete fields, we put ZZZ at the front, and they are then our deprecated fields and shouldn't be lying around on layouts. And so one of the warnings down here somewhere is ZZZ fields. I didn't actually see it here. Okay, that might not be one that's in the standard analysis. That might be one that's only in our analysis, because that's one of our ticks. There's some more stuff here. There's some really good stuff. We have a few minutes. You're still interested?
Yeah, we got a few more minutes.
Yes, we do.
So let's click away some of these. We've done these ones. We've done these ones. Broken script call. That's an easy one. You know, we all expect that. When you paste something in and the script's not there, you get a broken script call. Oh, here's one of my favorites. Popover in popover. Yeah. Look here. Popover button is not allowed in popover at 823254. I think is that this one here? No. 823254. Hello, where is it? Once again. Okay, that's it. Okay, the problem is there, but the host popover button is at 773313. 7733. Okay, this baby. When I open this popover, if it didn't have this text pop in pop, that would just look like a button. And we had this problem that we had our user settings was in a popover. Our user settings was in a popover, and it had a very beautiful picture of a it had one of these things, yeah, like here, and it looked really good. You know, we made it a nice shape, and you know, it just looked like, and I think it was at the top of a portal popover which had more fields on it, so it just looked like like an icon button to say what this popover does. But when we analyzed it, it turned out that this button had been taken from another layout and itself is a popover. But FileMaker can't render a popover in a popover. So if you put a popover in a popover, then you can't open it, and it looks like a button. Yeah. So look, you see this thing, it clicks like a button, but it doesn't do anything. The reason it doesn't do anything is because it's a popover, and a popover, and in the layout where we found this, it was full of completely broken fields because we hadn't realized it was a popover. Good. So that's popover in popover. Then we've also got tab control with multiple styles. Yeah, okay. Some people like to have multiple styles on tabs. Other people see it as a style sin. So that is marked up as an error, might be better as a warning, and then you want to choose tab share single style, and then you don't get the mix and match styling. Depends on how you code, whether you perceive that as an error or a warning. So that was that one. Quoted object name, we looked at that earlier. We'll pass that one by. Problem anchor. Now this is nice, but doesn't always work. There's a rather expensive, from performance viewpoint, the anchor analysis. So a text field at 2478 crashes right into the field, a text field at 230. So a text field at 2478. Is that you? No? This one here. Okay, look here, 2478. I didn't show you that. If I go back into browse mode, and all these fields look kind of like all right, but as soon as you start, expanding the layout, you notice it. But very often we don't get around to expanding, so we don't notice these errors. And so in the layout analysis, it sees that this field here expands right and crashes into this one. Yeah. So that was the text of the.
Whoa! The layout and analyzer catches anchor locking issues.
Ah, Christian, you've woken up. Hi. Yeah.
I didn't even think that would. How is that even possible?
It was an extremely tricky little algorithm that I had to code in the XSLT, and it works most of the time. It's like if these guys are in a container which doesn't expand, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, it's like it's only because they're on the main layout, and the main layout can be made bigger and smaller, that you get a problem. But you might have, for example, a popover. I don't know if I turn this into no, that's not that's just a normal button. If I put a popover on here, or one of these things. Yeah? It's like if I put them into this, then from the maths of these two things, yeah, they would crash into each other if this thing is expanding. But because that's not expanding, it's not a problem anymore. So it's the anchor analysis. Like if I do this, now it's a problem again.
That is too cool. Whenever I review things that my juniors build for the first time, one of the first things I do is I stretch the layout out. Because Richard did that to me when I was brand new to the platform. But the fact that you're detecting it, I'm
However, basically to do it, it's not a very intelligent algorithm. It's basically comparing the XY coordinates of every object with every other object, or at least, no, I think it's every object with every other object within the current panel. So in here, no, button with no action, in here, this will only be compared to other things in this popover. It won't be compared to these things over here. But everything that's in the same plane, so to speak, gets compared to each other, and something like if the vertical coordinates of this one lie within the vertical coordinates of this one, and this one's got a right anchor and this one's got a left anchor, then it's going to crash. So it's a pretty heavy analysis, and on layouts with on big layouts with large numbers of objects, it can cause it to be really slow and take a long time to do the analysis. So in big layouts, if you want to do your basic analysis, you might want to I think there's another analysis that you can choose, which is analyze layout without anchors. Yeah, and that's got the anchors turned off, and then you can analyze the layout quickly without this 3 minute, 5 minute, 10 minutes wait for 1,000 objects to be compared to another 1,000 objects. So that's problem anchors, a really great error catch. Lost object in container. Yeah, who has never lost an object inside a control panel or in a portal? Does anybody not know what I'm talking about? Look here. Here we've got.
Yes, if I never have done it, I definitely have.
Look here, we've got portal offers 2. That's this little guy here. Yeah, we got this portal, and in here, how do I? Yeah, look here. Okay, look here. There. Okay, look, I'm selecting the whole portal, and there's something here as well. Is that it? That's it. Look here. If I take this portal and stretch it down, is that right? Is it there? No, that's not it. Where is it? Let's go back to our field. A text field at 336322 is lost inside container at 133318. 133. Oh no, where is it? The field that's lost is at 336. Look, the field that's lost is at 336, and the portal is from 133 to 395. So, there, look, there it is. There it is. Hey. So I'm sure you've all done that. Look, here you go. There it is. There it is. Whoa, yeah. This field here. There we go. Can I find a space where I can put this thing? Now, okay, up here. I've made a portal. I got fields in it. You know, they're in the portal. They move with the portal. But then I've reduced the size of the portal, and the object is lost. It's disappeared. It's not visible anymore, but it's in there. And so the lost inside finds that and says, "Hey, there's another object somewhere in here." Okay, and look, there's a hidden field behind there as well. We'll come to that in a minute. There's another thing here in this. What does it say? To select it, select upwards, then again with Shift to deselect. I think like this. If I do that, and then no, how do I do that? How do I do it? No. How do I find this thing? To select it, select up. No. Lost to the north. To select it, select upwards, then again with Shift to no. If I do Command A, look, you can see it. It's this thing up here, and it's inside. I haven't done this for a long time. No. I know. If I lock this and then... No, that's also not doing it. Can't remember how to select it. Good. But basically, if... I don't know. How do I find this thing? How can I find this thing? Is in here. There's an object which is being lost to the north. These kind of problems. When do these problems occur? Let's talk about that first. These problems occur. Yeah, I don't know. How do you get these problems? You know what? I'm going to copy this thing. I'm going to copy this object, and I'm going to make a new layout. Okay, I should make a new layout, and I'm going to put it back in here so we can see it on its own. Look, there it is. Okay. There I've inserted it, and now if I deselect these things, can I deselect that? Oh, deselect. No, I can't deselect it. Okay, there. Now I've got this thing. Now if I move it with a pixel, yeah, okay. So this thing got lost inside the slider. I'm not quite sure how I managed to get it in there up above the top, but you get the same kind of things with that. Okay, that's lost inside. Wait, and go back to layout problems. No layout problems revealed. So that's lost inside. What else have we got? So you've got various things which are lost inside containers. I think there's more stuff in here lost, but that's it. We've done lost inside containers. Then the next one is also a favorite, floating object over container. Button 10 at 1126. Is that one? Yeah, look here. That looks like a button in a portal. But if I move, oh no, it is in the portal. Oh, it is in the portal. Oh, did I just knock it into the portal? No, what? I may have just knocked it into the portal by touching it. No, it's definitely in there. 1126319 is floating in front of container portal offers 2. 1126319. We're certainly not floating in front of it anymore. I think clicking on it. Oh, 1 second. I know what's happened. We analyzed this layout. Yeah, look at that, people. Sorry. On this layout, I've managed to get them back into the portal. But going back to the original layout, this was the layout that I analyzed. And here, it looks like it's in the portal, but if you move the portal, it's not. Yeah? How does that happen? That happens when you've got maybe a button up here, and you want to position it in the portal, and you use your alignment either with your keyboard or with your arrange, align bottom edges like that, and it looks like it's in the portal, but it's not in the portal. It's not in the portal until you do this little dance, 1 pixel left, 1 pixel right, and then it's in the portal. Okay, and this can be really nasty. Sometimes it just looks horrible because you've got an object which isn't moving in the right way, isn't in the right place. In this case, it's stupid because it's a portal. If you've got multiple records, it will only show in the first record and not in the other records. But there's an even greater problem with this particular button. And listen, because if you get caught by it, it's a really nasty one. And that is this button has got a delete record step. It's got a delete record step on it. And if it's anchored into the portal, then the delete record deletes the related record. But if it's not anchored into the portal, then delete record deletes your main record. So this can not only be a visual problem, it can, it can kill your entire, it's like if I press this now, let me click. So we've got one record less in the whole thing. And that's not because it deleted the portal record, it's because it deleted the whole record. So that's a very huge problem. So it's great to catch those floating objects. You also have hidden objects. We saw that one earlier. That was hiding behind here. We've got some hidden thing. Might be desirable, might be hidden so that the user can't get to it. It can also be because the Z back to front order is wrong. So it's a warning. If it's a problem, fix it and then tick it off. Copied object names we've already looked at. Button action missing. I've talked about those. It's like now that we've got icons, which we just sometimes use as like a pretty picture on the page, very often these missing actions are not real errors. Group of one, haha. Do you know the group of one problem? Anybody? Group of one problem?
Group of one. Oh, from like this, from what was that, 15 or 16, where it kept grouping all our objects?
Yeah, okay. The group of one, that's at 773438. 773. Here, group one, haha. Here, in this case, what do we got? We've got a, yeah, it's a group. And if I click on it again, we're inside and we've got a text. Okay, so this is a text which has got a group on it, but no button. It's only got one thing in it. And the problem with that is that it's like, if it's in a list, look here, we put it in a list. We've got it in a list here of this, that, and the other, and we want to select these three things and change the style to, red or orange. And because this thing is a little group, it doesn't change because you can't apply the color to the group. You can only apply the color to the object within the group. So these group of one things are very irritating because they make styling a bit of a problem, and they occur because you've done a button setup and then decided, oh no, I don't want a button. But doing that, it makes the object into a group ready to put the button on it. But if you then cancel, it doesn't take the group away. So if I get rid of that group, how do you get rid of a group? The simplest way is to do ungroup here, Command-Shift-R. Okay, so that's now not a group anymore. And I can now say, okay, I want those things to be orange again, and it gets orange. So groups of one generally are the result of a cancelled make a button action. Make a button and then say, oh, no, so I didn't want to make a button here, and off you go. And before you know it, this thing is a group of one, and they just sit around in your layouts and aren't a problem until you want to then do some formatting, and then they're a problem. So this catches your group of ones, so you can ungroup of one them, and then you're good to go. How are we doing? 39 open issues.
Not that I don't love this, Mr. Watson, but
Yeah.
you want to do like about 5 more minutes of issues and then call it, and then we can do like more issues, because this is really cool. This is staggeringly cool, but
Yeah, it's like,
there's so much to do.
I suspect some of our audience brains have some smoke coming at them, but this is amazing. And
next one is external file reference. My opinion, its layouts are not good places to put direct links to other files, is my opinion. They're very, very difficult to debug and check. I much prefer it personally to call a local script in the current file, and the local script in the current file then does whatever it does, calls scripts in other files. So this is a warning if you don't like calling other files directly from your layouts. If it's not a problem for you, just ignore it. Reference to ZZZ, that's what I said, ZZZ fields, anything with a ZZZ in it in our world is an error. Again, if ZZZ, you use it for something else, just ignore those. Tab control with wide panel names. Yeah, I think in 2019, I just had too much time. And so if you've got here, look, here we've got tab panels, and the names look a little bit longer than the space you've got, and so it throws it up. Like, I think, look here, if I get rid of one of these guys and delete it, and we'll analyze that again, and that shouldn't make an error. Don't know. Nobody needs that one. Get rid of that one. Object with classic style. Haha. It looks to see if any of your objects have got a little classic marker with it. If it has, that gets marked as an error. And then we've got the area where there's very often a lot, and that's all the objects which have got local formatting, which aren't based purely on a pure style. Anything with local CSS gets put in here. So if you want to keep your layouts absolutely pure styles, you just go through these things and create styles for all of them, get rid of all your local formatting, and then you're done. Last two, and then we're through. That was a local CSS. Editable value list. If you have a solution which you like to update, then if your users can edit value lists directly, that might be a problem. And so that highlights any value lists which users can edit directly. Then you can rebuild that value list into maybe a table-based value list where you put the values in by record. That was those guys. And finally, inactive, broken, value list missing. Yeah, okay, like least important of them all. And that is in, what was that? We'll find that one and demonstrate that. Oh no, 92083, 92083, 92083. Okay, and this guy here, it's really not important. This thing doesn't have a value list on it anymore, but once upon a time it did have a value list on it, and the value list is kind of like broken in the background. So it's like just a tiny little bit of junk in the background of your fields. You don't really need to worry about it, because to tell the truth, you can't actually fix it without converting to XML and editing your XML. So that was the last one. It's a fantastic tool. That's the fmCheckMate layout analysis. Please use it. Please fix all of your layouts. You just let's just go to a random layout here. Where was I? I was in this thing here earlier, wasn't I? Where was it? Starting point. Did it just die? No, it went over from my other screen. Look, we're going to do one last test. One last test. We're going to go to some random layouts here. Let's take some random layout. Touch layouts, phone layouts, touch layouts, mouse layouts. Great names. Love it. Mouse layout. I've got a mouse layout. Are there any rat layouts? Okay, so we're getting some. We're just going to copy everything. Copy. We're going to go into fmCheckMate and do Command 2 to convert into XML. There's the XML. Command T to do a transform. When you do a transform, the last analysis that you've done is the current record. So you can then just press return, and we have got, well, we've only got warnings, so we've got no errors. We got a problem anchor or two. We've got some button actions that are missing, but I think they're probably just icons being used to look pretty. We've got a bunch of local CSS because that's all right in complex databases. So more or less, apart from maybe these problem anchors, which are at 1171, invoices project name. Look here. Yeah, here we go. We got project name. That has got a right anchor on it. And out here, there's a thing with a left anchor on it. So in this case, it's not a problem because this isn't on the layout. If the layout was that big, it would be a problem because then this project name would crash into this thing here. But because it's off screen, it's not a problem. Richard Carlton Consulting, you are great layouters. Well done. You have no errors in this random. I'm really impressed. It's really good. These guys know what they're doing.
If there were any, I'd have to go yell at one of our engineers.
Wait for it. That's only one layout of 126 or however many you've got.
Oh, go ahead and find one. I'd be happy to yell at him.
You've got something to do at the weekend. You go through all your layouts, pack it through the layout analyzer, and you will find errors. I guarantee. You will find errors. So find my PayPal donation button.
Seriously, Mr. Watson, thank you so much. This is awesome. This is I can't swear. This is really cool.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm gonna come back to my.
It's exceptionally cool. But yeah, no. So I think we have you next scheduled for December 2nd. Get back to me on whether or not that works for you.
Yep.
Otherwise, I look forward to having you on in the future soon, so we can, have our minds blown again.
Yeah,
this is the fourth time in running.
There's more.
Oh, I'm sure. I have no doubt. Okay.
So we've got, just to sum up, pasting tables. FileMaker's got you covered. FM Log Analyzer's got you covered. You can find your errors in FM Log Analyzer. Pasting scripts, the same in FM Log Analyzer. Pasting layouts, no help there, but the layout analysis in fmCheckMate has got you covered. Custom functions, FileMaker doesn't really help because they lie about whether there's errors, but fmCheckMate has got you covered. Themes, never paste themes. Never, ever, please, never copy and paste themes. Never, ever. Import them. Always import your themes. If you copy and paste, you can't update them later. So import your themes, you'll be good. Value lists, can't remember. Somebody have a look, get it out, copy some value lists, break them, paste them in and see if FM Log Analyzer helps. If not, there may well be fmCheckMate value list analysis. And if not, talk to me, we'll make one.
Yeah, on that note, Mr. Watson, if we find something missing, broken, we really think would be beneficial in one of your solutions, should people reach out to you via your website, Discord, Courier Pigeon?
I think the easiest way to do it is to use GitHub. Okay. I presume you need to. I've never tried. If you're not a member of GitHub, I think you probably can't post anything. So get yourselves an account on GitHub. And really, it's 2021. Everybody should have an account on GitHub or equivalent. Get yourself an account on GitHub. Come to either the fmWorkMate, to the relevant repository. If it's a problem in fmWorkMate, come there. If it's I'm going back again. If it's a problem specifically in the XSLT library, put it there.
Basically, we contact you by adding an issue to GitHub. Yes.
You can contact me, or if you know something, if you're if you want to get into GitHub, and I can really recommend it, it's do open source work. It helps the world. Do this, and it really helps everybody. FileMaker. Come here to the issue tabs, click a new issue, write your title that, blah, foo is broken, give a little description, And that's it. And then when you submit a new issue, it's like, it's there. I get a message straight away. Everybody can look at it. The other 30 FileMaker developers who think this is a really cool system and want to develop it, they will look at it too, because they have clicked the watch button up here. And this is embarrassing people. Hey, go to GitHub and star these repositories and watch them. And if you star it and watch it, you'll get updates every time I upload a new version. I think you get a message from GitHub to say, new things been uploaded.
Okay.
So if you want to keep up to date on what's happening in these tools, get on GitHub, start watching the repositories, and you'll get every little change.
Awesome. Okay, good to know. Thank you so much. I am going to play the closing music. Seriously,
Great.
This has been awesome. Y'all have a
Happy
lovely...
analyzing, everybody.
Bye.
Get those, kill them, kill. Cheers, mate.
Guys just stepped up the whole way. Calm, cool, collected, the quarterback. Great read, good patience. More importantly, great job up front protecting this quarterback to give you a chance. And that's all you can ask for.
Trying to rally down 10. 9:25 to go here in the fourth. Short motion by Amendola from the left. Brady takes the shotgun snap. Stands in, throws it left for Amendola. Reaches up and starts a high throw and lands inside the 10. Rolling to the 9. Ball slightly behind him, but Danny makes the grab.